Akufo-Addo to ignore the petition against Musa Superior. Now, still in politics, NDC presidential hopeful Guzi Tano says the party requires an individual with the capacity to touch base with the grassroots to win power in the 2020 elections. Mr. Tano, a founding member of the party, today submitted his letter of intent to contest the flag bearership of the NDC in December. There is more in the following report.
Guzi Tano is not new to the politics of this country. In the landmark election 2000, his face was on the ballot paper. Not on the ticket of the party he seeks to be standard bearer of now, but a splinter group, the Reform Party. After years of being back in the fold of the NDC, he has expressed interest in getting back onto the ballot sheet in election 2020, but this time on the ticket of the NDC. Presenting his letter of intent to the party, Guzi Tano says he has the right set of ideas to revitalize the NDC.
We are here today to fulfill an administrative requirement announced by our dear Secretary General, Mr. Asedu Nketia, to submit our letter of intent as to the intention of myself, Augustus Guzi Tano, to contest the presidential primaries for the NDC and hopefully with success become the flag bearer for the National Democratic Congress in the 2020 election. Yes. A lot of water has passed under the bridge since December 2016, and all of us are yearning for a revitalized and renewed NDC. We believe that we have the programs, we have the mobilizing capacity to be able to implement this agenda of social justice, accountability, and development, which are the founding principles of our great party, the National Democratic Congress. I'm here with my branch chairman because our belief is that NDC starts from the branch. Sure. Ghana starts from the community. All the 29 to 39,000 communities that make up Ghana. If we build these communities, if we nourish them, if we allow them to grow by our support, Ghana will develop. As I've said before, development does not begin at the Flagstaff House. It begins in the communities.
Receiving the letter on behalf of the party, General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asedu Nketia, indicated that the processes leading to the election of a flag bearer will be done impartially.
Once we know your intention, our searchlight will be on you wherever you go, and we will be listening to your utterances and see where there is need to engage you for corrections and so on. And then you also would have an opportunity to access our structures to be able to sell your message. So it's a win-win situation. So we are not worried if anybody does not bring their their letters of intent and they proceed to campaign. They will not be infringing on any of our laws. But if they meet problems on the field, they will find it problematic to reach to anybody to complain to. And so it's a win-win situation that we have tried to put in place. So therefore, I don't need to indicate to you that the real executive that will be vested with the power to formulate the regulations for the conduct of the presidential primaries is yet to be elected at this our incoming Congress. So after that one, the reconstituted National Executive will now be able to issue guidelines indicating qualifications and disqualifications, the requirement for the payment of, filing fees and all others.
But here are some reasons supporters of Guzi Tano give for backing his bid.
I understand his vision and what he stands for, and I believe in it. So that is why I am with him.
I first of all believe my loyalty is for the party before any individual. Now, we are not saying Guzi should definitely be the messiah of the party, but listening to the kind of things he's bringing on board, makes some of us believe he might be the best person to lead us into 2020.
So clearly, the button for the campaign mood in the NDC has been activated. And this morning, Gusi Tano, one of the aspirants and hopefuls for the NDC presidential race, has picked up his forms to his advantage. He says, as a former cadre, he has what it takes to return the party back to its core values of accountability, probity, and social justice. But how will the stakes pan out for him in the December 2018 flag bearership elections? We live to see. From the NDC headquarters at Adabraka in Accra, I am Duke Menson Poku.
Now, following City News' Michael Ogbodo's report on the increase in spate of robberies in Abelinkpe and the areas near that division, the residents have expressed commitment to address the concerns of residents, as the police rather. According to the Tesano Divisional Police Commander, Chief Inspector Odru Amenin, he would with immediate effect interact with the opinion leaders and affected persons to bring an end to the situation.
It is quite disheartening and worrisome because I just received a letter also from the regional headquarters, from my regional commander, elaborating all what is been going on there. Meanwhile, a copy was not given to me, and there are some of the issues I'm not privy to it. And even the assemblyman or the originator of this letter didn't state whether the people reported to the police or not. So that's where I'm confused. Meanwhile, it's not late yet. The assemblyman should see me, and I will go there myself to ascertain things for myself and see how best we will let the place be peaceful for them to have their peace. Even today, if they come, should any of them come, personally, I will leave what is happening, where they've been partying, where, and then I'll map up my operational strategies. That's all.
Remain with you. Director General in charge of public affairs, hearing about that report and so on. First of all, what are your initial comments about police having issues community members having protectors?
Yes, I have listened to the comment from the divisional commander for Test, and one of the good, the commander is prepared to work with the community so that they can map out strategies to address it. So the community has expressed concern. They have informed the commander, and the divisional commander has also indicated that he's prepared to work with them. That is the way addressing crime issues in the area.
I was watching the go through the roof buildings and their shops.
Yes, crime trends and it keep changing. That we yes.
I thought you've robberies.
I don't think so. That is scary, but these are issues issues that we need to bring to the fore. Things for trend doesn't look too scary. Look at the quantitative data alone out of figures. There is a general decline in crime, except areas in the country where the figures seem to be slightly higher than we know.
Or qualitative,
qualitatively,
you cannot justify
qualitatively,
it's still crime on the ascendancy.
Yes. Yes. We describe some of the robberies as street robberies, bag snatching. Because the definition is robbery. Once it is robbery, it raises a lot of eyebrows. But if you go deeper, you realize that they are not as serious as we have in the terms of what we
lands. But looking at the report, this is the headquarters of Ghana Police Service. You have all the deployment here. Because in Accra,
I believe it's calculation on the population. It is not only in Accra. As we stated during our our first quarterly brief, this is the first time we are doing it for 2018. So these are trends that we need to match.
This,
Seven. Those are the.
You are saying to me that watching us tonight, they should secure.
Let us all work together. That handles cash. You must be aware. The mobile money vendor.
Their job is to guarantee.
Let us not get this in the mind. Responsibility.
Okay.
Go and live your very close money vendors as well as the telcos. And you need to understand, and we need to explain.
Okay.
It is not like robbery. It is something that an individual has formulated in his mind, and he carries out that operation. That will be difficult for the police to detect. In your room, he enters your room. Who is there? Are not cases that are not in. You cannot come as a result of law enforcement. No, use of force.
14 cases against 497 in 2016.
More confidence in the law enforcement agencies. Normally, traditionally, some of these cases are settled at this station. Let's say it is a family matter, because in most of the defilement cases, the perpetrators trust. That people are getting, we have published this arrest, and people are now motivated to report. And
you have identified several modus operandi that they adopt. Do you want to share some of
the origin where they were disfigured? They were sprayed. Now it is between certainly Accra, specialized motorbike patrols to so that's why if you get the correct description about the area, I can assure you that within the shortest possible time we should be able to reach you.
Your report also talks about cost them and take their money. Talks about people who someone in the night and force them to go and withdraw money from the ATM for them. What should they do? Your advice?
Our advice, generally, is that don't resist. Because if the ATM, we have been able to identify people who have done that through the opportunity of getting the...
There were break-ins. When someone is in the house and they hear their door being hit or hear a gunshot outside, what should
fire for gunfire.
Why do you license guns for people?
If you have the ability on the side of the law.
Also a target, and in fact, at the fuel stations at night.
Yes, in addition to the mobile money vendors, security awareness training operation from the businesses, I believe that we should be able to minimize or reduce some of
What cooperation should they give you?
Sometimes you organize the training and they send only people who are, and say, oh, you are not doing anything. But we need people who can be handle cash, people who handle the, can make them available.
David Eklu, his director, says this year's biometric registration exercise has been the best in years. This report.
Service Scheme Director. Smooth registration.
The process is part of our registration process. We respect that, and we know that everybody that there is no way by it's in full-fledged and it's been run.
People from, and I'm from Tematu,
have been threatened saying that, and those who work in the public sector, so that persons do not defraud the national service.
Was made known today.
With the poor nation press conference today, a group and business owners of Kwabenya declared September 4th as date for a demonstration over government's inability to fix this in a Dungo revealed
society. We do not need anything much from the government. Roads. If our roads are access to crime is increasing because
Anderson, the
contractor, to grade our road, and since then up till now, since Nana, so bad. To be honest with you, nothing.
Our business. I have a personal business that is collapsing on the road. 2 people in each shop. I used to employ.
Meanwhile, a driver affected his business.
Our cars are breaking down. We'll give birth in your car.
Asiedu Frederick is the General Secretary of the Abebu Junction Taxi Union. He tells City News how the poor nature of the road is a death trap to residents of the area.
Even last 3 days, a certain gas car of Comet Estate, because of the bad route, it's spoiled and it's about to get an accident. Due to that, they call fire service to come and retrieve the gas. And you all know how toxic the gas it can cause. Because of that, you announce so
pure water seller.
Because pure water,
of the Dome Kwabenya constituency believe that their problems will be half solved if government take a look at the poor nature of their roads. Reporting for City News, Hansen Ajaman.
Now, Deputy Health Minister Kingsley
of our population will need medicines to survive, function, quality. Medicines will increase in the misuse and abuse. The use of herbal preparation. We must aim to cover everyone. We invested in the population
on the proliferation of counter
urging all to buy their medication from licensed pharmacies only.
We have counselor, those of the counter people, they have also been trained and they are highly regulated. So if you buy any...
Well, that's it for the City Newsroom for 2.